Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we need to talk about something that's been buzzing all over social media and has army divided in opinions. Jin just wrapped up his incredible Run Seek Jin EP tour with 2 massive encore concerts in Incheon, and while the shows were absolutely amazing, there's one thing that caught everyone's attention. On day 2, November 1st, RM and Suga were absent from Jin's final encore concert. Meanwhile, Jimin, Jungkook, J-Hope, and V all showed up to support their eldest Hyung. So what really happened? Why weren't RM and Suga there? Let's break down the real reasons behind their absence and why this whole situation has been blown completely out of proportion. Before we dive into the reasons, let's set the record straight about what actually happened at the concert. The November 1st show was the grand finale of Jin's solo tour, and it was absolutely spectacular. Jungkook came out and performed Standing Next to You, bringing the house down with his incredible vocals and stage presence. J-Hope delivered a phenomenal performance that had everyone on their feet. Jimin was there showing his love and support for Jin, and V even joined Jin on stage for an emotional duet of Love Me Again. The chemistry between them was magical, and you could feel the genuine love and brotherhood radiating from that stage. It was one of those BTS moments that reminds us why this group is so special. But the second people realized RM and Suga weren't there, social media went into overdrive with speculation, theories, and unfortunately, some pretty negative assumptions. Let me address the elephant in the room right now. Some people immediately jumped to conclusions, suggesting there might be internal conflict, that RM and Suga don't care about supporting Jin, or that something is wrong within the group. I'm going to be very direct here. Those assumptions are completely baseless and frankly disrespectful. BTS has been together for over a decade. They've lived together, worked together, faced global fame together, completed military service, and built a brotherhood that's been tested and proven time and time again. One missed event does not define their relationship or their commitment to each other. These are professional artists with complex schedules and lives that extend far beyond what we see on social media. So what's the real reason they weren't there? Let's start with the most logical explanation: scheduling conflicts. Both RM and Suga are incredibly busy artists with their own projects and commitments. RM has been working on new music, handling responsibilities as the group's leader, and managing various behind-the-scenes activities that we don't even see. Suga, fresh off his successful D-Day World Tour before military service, is back in the studio producing, creating, and working on multiple projects. The entertainment industry operates on schedules that are planned months in advance. Studio time, producer meetings, recording sessions, content filming, these aren't things you can just cancel on a whim. They involve multiple people, contracts, and professional obligations that have to be honored. Here's something crucial that many people overlooked. Jin announced these encore concerts on very short notice. He mentioned in a live broadcast that he originally didn't plan to have encore shows because venues weren't available. Then suddenly, about 3 weeks before the concerts, a slot opened up and he decided to do it for the fans. Now, 3 weeks might sound like plenty of time to us as fans, but in the professional entertainment world where schedules are locked in months ahead, that's incredibly last minute. There's a very high probability that both RM and Suga already had unmovable commitments scheduled for that exact weekend. When you have recording sessions booked, meetings with executives, or content that needs to be filmed with entire production teams, you can't just cancel without affecting dozens of other people and potentially breaking professional contracts. Let's also talk about something that's happening right now behind the scenes. BTS is preparing for their first full group comeback in years. Jimin already confirmed the album is completely finished and they're planning a massive world tour for spring 2026. Do you have any idea how much preparation goes into a comeback of that magnitude? We're talking about coordinating schedules across 7 members, planning a world tour with dozens of cities, finalizing album concepts, reviewing marketing strategies, meeting with management and labels, and handling a million other details. Someone has to be doing this work, and as the leader, RM likely carries significant responsibility in these areas. Suga, being one of the primary producers and creative minds of BTS, is probably deeply involved in every detail of the album and tour planning. Their absence from one concert might actually mean they were working incredibly hard to ensure the comeback we've all been waiting for is absolutely perfect. There's another angle we need to consider. Personal reasons. These are human beings with private lives, families, personal health matters, and commitments that they don't owe us explanations for. The parasocial relationship between idols and fans sometimes makes us forget that artists have boundaries and deserve privacy. If RM or Suga had personal reasons for not attending, whether it's family obligations, health appointments, or just needing personal time, that's completely valid and none of our business. They don't need to justify every decision they make to the public. What really matters here is the relationship between the members themselves, and all evidence points to it being stronger than ever. Remember when Suga had his D-Day tour final concert? RM showed up and performed with him on stage. Jin came despite having a packed schedule. When Jin enlisted for military service, all the members were there to support him. When RM and Suga went through their own military service, the support was mutual and constant. This is what real friendship looks like. It's not about being present at every single event. It's about understanding each other's circumstances, supporting each other's decisions, and being there when it truly counts. I guarantee you that Jin understands completely. He knows his members better than any of us ever will, and if there were any hurt feelings, they would handle it privately like the mature adults they are. Let's also be realistic about the concert itself. The November 1st show was being live-streamed globally to millions of fans. Jin had 4 other members there supporting him. The show was always going to be incredible regardless of who attended. RM and Suga might have made the conscious decision that their presence, while personally meaningful, wasn't necessary for Jin to have a successful final show. Maybe they decided their time would be better spent on work that benefits the entire group in the long run. Here's my final take on this whole situation. We need to stop creating drama where there is none. We need to trust the members and their decade-long bond. We need to respect that they have professional obligations and personal lives that we aren't entitled to know every detail about. Instead of focusing on who wasn't there, let's celebrate the beautiful moments we got to witness. 4 members took time out of their incredibly busy schedules to support Jin, and that's something to appreciate. Let's get excited about the group comeback happening next year. And most importantly, let's remember that BTS's Brotherhood has survived everything the world has thrown at them. One missed concert doesn't change a decade of love, support, and genuine friendship. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let me know in the comments what you think and what your favorite moment from Jin's concert was. Thanks for watching, and remember, let's support all 7 members with understanding and maturity. Borahi, Army.